Well, hello there. Today we have the Blacksting Wyvern. This is sculpted by Bob Olley, an absolutely awesome sculptor. Bob Olley has been going for many years, and his miniatures are just super classic, super dungeon crawler-esque miniatures. This will work perfect in your dungeons. Now, it's a very simple paint today. What we're going to do is I'm just going to give you a quick 360 of this miniature now. I've already added some sand to the base. This is going to be a simple paint. We're going to paint the whole thing now with some dragon black, a couple of coats, and we're just going to be highlighting with some light dry brushing of grey. We'll paint in the eyes. The actual teeth and everything else will be painted in jet black. It's a very dark miniature, so we're just going for a very light grey highlight on certain parts of the miniature. So I'll give this its primer coat of black now, and as soon as I've done that, I'll be right back. We have 2 coats of dragon black over the whole of this beautiful miniature now, and all we're going to do is I have some rainy grey by MSP, and I'm carrying on using my dragon black. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a very dark grey using some of the black and the grey. I'll just mix that on my tissue just here. So it's just a little bit lighter, nothing special. Taking that off my brush, and we'll start going up all the scales just to slowly get a little highlight on the tops of the scales, and we shall build that up. Very simple. All we're doing is going across all our miniature, the whole miniature, and with this nice very dark grey. And we'll just pick out all the areas. Just a nice large brush. Again, very simple. We're just going over the whole miniature with a very dark grey at the moment. This black is working perfectly for our shadows, so we don't need to do anything there. It's a very simple paint. All we need to do is keep going around. A nice even dry brush over the whole miniature with the same very dark grey. That's perfect. Okay, so now I'm just going to add a little bit more grey now, so it's much lighter grey. Still mixing in with the black a little bit, so it's not light grey yet. And now we're going to do just the tops of all the areas. Just going over the tops. So just the top of the wings here, just add a little bit more light. And just on the top here. Okay. Right, now I'm just going directly into the grey. So we've just got the rainy grey now, which is quite a light grey, and this will be for the final highlight on the top. There we are. Perfect. That's all I want to do for that. Now for the very final highlight, we're just adding a little bit of dragon white to the grey. And this will be the lightest and more delicate dry brushing. This will be the final highlight right on the tops. So just a very, very light pass over the top of the highest areas of this miniature. So this is just the rainy grey with a tiny bit of the old dragon white added. Absolutely beautiful, 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 beautiful. As you can see now, we've got a nice contrast going. We've got the nice light going right down to the dark at the bottom of the wings, and that's just by dry brushing with the greys and going into the lighter grey. Now we haven't gone for pure white. We're still in a grey, but this is a very, very light grey now, where we've added a little bit of white to that grey. And that is all I want to do for the painting of the dragon and all the areas. So all I need to do now is get the mouth done, eyes, and we're painting all the claws, because now we'll go back over all the claws with jet black, and I'll paint all those claws in, and then we'll come back and we shall do the eyes and the mouth. Okay, for the eye we're going to use some dragon white. I'm just going to get the old, this will be our undercoat for the eye, so we just get a little bit of paint in there. Just like so. Give the brush a little wash. And what I'm going to use is, I'm going to use Dungeon Slime for the eyes this time, and the Dungeon Slime will give a nice glow to the eye. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go straight over there, because that'll be dry instantly because it's such a small amount of paint, and we'll go over with our green. That's lovely. Okay, and just to finish the eye, we shall go into some dragon black, and we'll just follow the little line down the middle of the eye. There we go, and we're done. Awesome. Now for the tongue, I'm going to add a little bit of red to the tongue, but first of all, for the tongue, what I want to do is I want to add a little bit of white. Just change my brush 1 second. Decisions, there you go, that'll do. Now a little bit of white, and we're just going to slowly go over very gently. Just leave that as it is. All the teeth I'm painting black, the same as all the horns and everything else, so they'll all be the same. But what we're going to do is we're going to go over the tongue with a very dark red. So I'll just let that dry a second and I'll be right back. Okay, just to finish off the tongue, just add this little here. And what we can do is we can just add a tiny little line going down the back of the mouth, just so there's a little bit of a colour in the back of the mouth of the dragon there. That's all we need to do for that. Okay, so what I'll do now is I shall give the base a dry brush of grey, and then I'll give you a 360 of the finished miniature.
Bye.